G'day, g'day. Let's go live. Now, I have a couple of recordings. The recordings are no longer deleted after 15 days. Your plan includes 50 hours of permanent recording storage. You've used 49 hours and 28 minutes. You can always add more storage or free up space by deleting past recordings. Right, so how do I delete them? How do I see my recordings? Past broadcasts. Here we go. Download recording. Download. Let me send an email out to everyone. I'm going to try and live stream and do some commentary on the 3 recordings I made today. 2, myself, BCC StreamYard, and am I including Jamie? Yes, for StreamYard I am. And subject, live streaming now. The StreamYard link, and Nicholas has joined, and hopefully Doki will join soon, and mosquitoes are flying around, but hopefully they aren't dangerous up here. And copy that and mute that and paste that in the email and send the email, then copy the StreamYard link, copy and paste into the chat, and then wait for it to appear. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. And try again. It's in the chat. Now pin to the chat. Pin to the head of the chat. Time to show you the beautiful creation that I'm living in again. It is on the dry side where I am. I'd prefer it to be a bit wetter than this, but it's still beautiful. Especially when there's a couple of lakes. Oh, is that someone joining the live stream? Presumably Nicholas. Yes. Add to stream. Come on. Add to stream. There we go.
Yeah, maybe you should do the thing where you're bigger and I'm smaller. I think StreamYard has an option for that.
There is. There we go. Look at that. There's a sunset happening or about to happen. And there. I don't know if you can see that. It looks much more beautiful here than what I'm seeing on my screen.
Yeah, I don't think we're seeing all the colors of real life.
No, I don't think you are either. How's that?
I mean, I think the camera lighting is, that's working a little better, but yeah, it's so much different if it's shining, if you're trying to film the sky or if you're trying to film with the lights hitting, you see how it entirely changes.
Yes, it keeps going in and out depending on how much of the sky I have. So there's colors up there in the sky, but there's also colors reflected in the lake, and you can't see both together, unfortunately. And you probably can't see them well anyway. It's not big enough on my screen, and I can't make it bigger to see how well it is. But it is beautiful. I hope you can at least appreciate that. You can see some sort of beauty of it. Now, I want you to look over this direction as well. So there's round hay bales up there somewhere. I don't know. You might be able to see them.
Oh, yeah. Today I was just like, I need to know what the difference between hay and straw is, because the farm channel that I watch, there's one farm channel I watch, he was like doing stuff with hay, and I'm like, what's the difference between that and straw?
I
So
don't
now I
think there
know.
is any
Now I know what
difference.
that is out there. But hay is made of like grass and plants, and it's more moist and it's more like animal food. And
Right.
straw is dry stalks of grain used for like making paper or for animal bedding and stuff. So they're actually not the same thing at all. I guess
Sorry,
you're
I
not
can't go
getting.
down there. I'm
Yeah,
getting
for a
too far
moment.
away from the internet.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I,
need
I
to.
was waiting. I was waiting for you to come back.
I need to carry the internet with me. So now I've got to go get it. Oh, dearie me.
Oh yeah, now I get it why sometimes it's only messed up for you, but it goes fine
Oh,
to YouTube. It's actually pretty simple because the StreamYard part is on the internet. So I go to StreamYard on the internet without doing anything with you, and that goes to YouTube without doing anything with you. But then if it doesn't do well with you, you don't hear it well or something, you know?
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. It's because I don't
Could be.
actually. It doesn't go through you before it goes to YouTube. Everything centralizes at StreamYard and goes to YouTube from there.
And now I'm really doxing myself showing you the caravan.
We can't see anything like an address, or it's like evening time. We can't like see that stuff. We'll just
No,
wait for
can
you to
just see
dox
me.
yourself another time in the daytime.
I'm just covering it. Because I don't know who else is going to watch this that I don't trust. There are people out there that want to harm me and my ministry.
In Australia?
No, people out on the internet that might find someone that they can send. I don't know.
That is
I
true.
just like being
Marx,
paranoid. It's better to be paranoid.
Marxists might be pretty well connected sometimes, so that is kind of true. Miles might not mean much to Marxism.
Or to Satanism. It is really one kingdom
so we
outside of God.
So we repeat ourselves.
Well,
No.
in a sense, yes, but
Yeah, no,
Yes.
Marxism's like a specific sort of aspect of the total of Satanism. So
yes, of the satanic kingdom. Now let's see how this is. How's that look? I don't know if you're quite getting the colors I am.
No, we're not getting the colors, but I'm getting what's like
Well, there's not a
pretty
lot
look.
of colors, but hopefully it looks nice.
It's pinker at the top and bluer at the bottom.
Yes. So there is a bit of a reflection of the sunset. And I don't know if you can see that little bird there walking on the lily pads.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was walking on the water. I was like, that's pretty amazing.
Well, it looks like it walks on the water because it walks on the lily pads, so it's called the Jesus bird.
Yeah, and then I couldn't really
But it's
tell that was lily pads. I couldn't tell what the texture was, but
yes,
now that you told me what it is, I was able to get a good look at it for a moment there when the
yeah. But
resolution
they're
was
also
good.
so they're called Jesus birds or jacanas.
Yeah, and I kind of guessed I could make some kind of reference like that or something, but I kind of don't like to do that. I'm a bit sensitive about my sacredness.
Yes.
Not the sacredness of me, but the sacredness which I hold precious, so it's sacred to me, you know.
Yes.
That's why, yeah.
Yes, I'm not overly fond of calling them Jesus birds, but people do call them that. So if you hear someone calling them Jesus birds, you know why. It looks like they walk on the water. But they're also known as jacanas, so you can call them that.
Oh,
There you go.
Did you hear when I explained the difference between hay and straw?
Yes, I heard most of that conversation. It started cutting up, but not enough for me to miss much. Yeah, straw is not animal feed.
Yeah, but it's also made of stalks of grain, so even what it
Yeah.
physically is different. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of I was starting to get that impression, and I was like, how have I let myself go this far in life without knowing the difference? Well, I think it was only recently that it occurred to me that there might be a difference. But still, I waited kind of. I guess I was just never curious about it before when it crossed my mind that there might be a difference. And this time I was curious.
I think I need a better camera to try and film the sunset. It's not
Yeah, there
doing
might
a
even
good job.
there might even be better settings, different settings for different things. But I don't know. You know,
Hmm.
I'm not good with anything like that.
Oh, that is heavy after a while.
Yeah, so I mean, trying different settings might be a hassle, but it's not any more hassle than getting another camera. It would
Yes.
might help with the lighting and stuff because different settings for different
Well,
lighting.
it's just the standard camera in the laptop. I don't think it's a particularly good camera.
I was thinking
Just
of
a
a
tiny little.
phone. A phone would be more likely to just have settings for your camera easily. A laptop, you
Oh,
can do
sorry.
all kinds of fancy stuff with a laptop settings. Then.
Right, but it is a very tiny pinhole camera in the top of the. It hasn't got a good lens on it by the look of it, so I don't expect it to be a good camera. All right, plug that back in. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean someone isn't after you. Exactly. Completely agree. Paranoia is justified. Not always, but I think there is reason to be paranoid.
I'm only
we need to-
paranoid if I'm like, it's been a long time since I've been paranoid, but like when I was doing something wrong, when I was a baby Christian, I was concerned that like God doesn't protect that, so now I'm concerned, But like when I'm doing the right thing, I just trust God with it. I don't have I mean, there
Yeah.
is like taking precautions and stuff, but I'm talking about the word paranoia. But how we're talking about the word paranoia, I'm not talking about your choice to not show your or whatever.
Yes, I was using paranoia in a facetious way. I didn't mean serious. I didn't mean dictionary definition paranoia. I mean paranoia in the way that the world calls us paranoid.
In what sense is that? I guess we lost Graham for the moment here. So, creation is beautiful. The other day, I guess it was like a week ago now, I was camping out in creation, and then I woke up in the morning and my tent was dusted with ashes from the nearby forest fires. And I was in that valley where you drive through the canyon. I think I was mentioning the canyon. Oh, that was on the other live stream in side chat because he was showing his drive. Graham was. And I was watching his drive and thought of the canyon drive. So you go in through this canyon to the valley there. And I was camping at a campsite next to the nice little, it's kind of a rustic downtown, but not like rustic, like grungy or whatever, like a nice rustic, but like rustic style. And then, and there's a river running through, and if the water had been higher, my campsite would have been like kind of on the river. And then the next day when I woke up, so there was 2 nights in a row, and the next day, instead of my tent, I got to finish my story real quick.
You're right.
Instead of my tent being dusted with ashes, it was, what's that called? Particles? Is that the right word? It was like, but it looked like, I guess, it was like snowing ashes because it was like bigger, or particles, pieces. What's the word? We had a word for it the other day. Anyway, whatever. There you go.
And so just as I'm talking about conspiracy theories and paranoia, I get kicked off the internet for no reason.
Have I entered the
Yeah.
studio?
Yes.
Right. So
Hang
look
on a
at that
second.
live.
Sorry. I'm just trying to. I was going to share this video, but it just, instead of loading it and then playing, It just starts playing before it's finished loading it. So this was the first video that we took. We were halfway down the range. So I was going to show you pretty much from the top of the range somewhere all the way down the range. So what the video that I uploaded just before this one is at the bottom of the range, or most of the way down the range. So this is about halfway down the range to, I don't know, 3/4 of the way down the range on the Gillies Highway.
Alright. Have I entered the studio?
Yes.
Right. So look for the go live.
Oh, she started recording. Margie was setting it up while I was
Say
driving.
that it's live.
I forgot to set it up before I... Okay, I don't know what's happening now. No. Now it's gone black. I don't know.
Oh, I get why. Okay, I get why he called me crucified. I was like, what's my emblem? Because I got it from 1 Corinthians. The Jews require a sign, the Greeks seek after wisdom, but we preach Christ crucified.
Oh, yes. I thought
And
it was...
then,
what do you call it? Text change. What do you call it? Predictive text.
what?
I thought it was predictive text. You know how you're typing on a phone and it changes your words into a word that it thinks it is?
Oh, okay, yeah, autocorrect.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah. Okay, predictive text, I think, is kind of a better name for it. I think we tend to call it autocorrect here.
Autocorrect, that's the word, yes. I couldn't think of autocorrect.
Am I gone? Why am I gone?
I don't know. There you are.
Okay.
I was just going to go back and show you the sunset again because it's changed colors.
But I'm thinking it's because of my emblem, though, so that would make
Yes.
sense. And the general
It's
area I'm in,
crucified.
well, I was speaking of an area called the Kern Valley, but I'm in a different part of California. I'm kind of well docked, so I still don't try to be too specific about it, even though I guess if someone wants to find me, the people who don't like me probably are the ones who have the most information on me to know how to find me. So there you go.
Yeah.
Just because I spent so much time with one of them, that where you would gather the most information is to watch hours and hours and hours of me on his channel, but he was the one person who was there all the time, so he has all the information. I'm missing your sunset because I was like answering where I'm at.
I don't know if those colors are coming out. I can't see them very well on my screen.
Oh, there looks blue at the top and orange yellow at the bottom.
Good. That's what I'm seeing. But it doesn't
Oh,
look quite
okay.
as beautiful as I'm seeing live, but
So why is it orange yellow at the bottom? Are there clouds there, or is that the color your sky does?
yeah, the sky turns to that color as the sun sets, whether there's clouds or not. There might be a little bit of haze in the sky that's picking up that color, but I'm not seeing any haze. Oh no, there is a little bit of smoke coming from over here. So over that direction there's smoke somewhere there. So it might be that, but as a general rule, it'll do that anyway, whether there's stuff in the sky or not.
Yeah, I guess sometimes we get colors like that, but I probably rarely see them because we have so many trees and hills.
Oh, yeah. And then, of course, it's reflected in the lake as well, which I don't know how well I can show you that.
Yeah, the fire I was mentioning is in the Sequoia Redwoods. So, yeah, I was in the town of Kernville, which is at the edge of the valley closest to the Sequoia Redwoods. So it was like when there was only one spot in this whole entire large valley that had smoke, that was the spot. But when we first got there, it wasn't that bad. And the second day was pretty bad. And then the third morning, when we were about to leave, it was a really short trip. It was just like so terrible. You could barely see the sun through it. And the night before, we had been bass fishing. Not that late, but it gets dark early because the mountains are so close. So So it was really dark, and they were working on the dam, and we were right at the dam, so that was cool because we had all these lights shining on us, and there was all these bats flying on the water, and like fish jumping out of the water to eat the bugs out of the water. But you know, none of us are fly fishers, and we couldn't fly fish anyway because we just would have caught bats.
I might have to go inside. There's mosquitoes milling around. So I'm probably going to have to shut this down. Unless Margie doesn't mind me streaming inside the caravan, but she's gone in. Sometimes she doesn't mind. Other times she'd prefer I didn't.
Oh yeah, the point of the catfish. Well, not the catfish. Well, we did catch a yellow, like it looked like a nuclear yellow little ugly catfish. But no, the point of the story is that we couldn't see the moon all night, except at one point the smoke was like thinner, and it was just this, maybe the reddest I've ever seen a red moon. Probably because, I've never seen one so hidden by smoke and then just barely seeing it. But it was nice in the morning at least because I had to hide in my tent from all the smoke the third day because it was so thick and it was like raining down on me. It was snowing down on me. But the ashes covered the sun, so it wasn't too hot in my tent, so I could hide in my tent from the ashes. So that kind of worked well together. Good to see you, Sister Janet. Shalom.
Sorry, Janet, I might have to shut down. The mosquitoes are mobbing me.
Oh, I have an update that you guys might want to hear, though, that all the insurance stuff seems to be going really good. So I filed the insurance claim, and they're going to cover my medical and pay me for my car that's so cheap that it's getting totaled by a couple little kinks in the frame. But I'm lucky because the kinks are behind the wheels, so they don't affect like how it drives, so I can keep my car. And then but yeah, my body will never be the same again. My spine will never be the same again, unfortunately. And I have some extent of stuff in my knee and my left ankle from it. It turns out now I could feel it when I had the air conditioning on it in my car. But just
So
an
is that-
update. I'm not complaining.
Is that from the car accident?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it just
So how long ago
a couple
was the
days.
accident? Oh, okay. So the insurance has come through already.
Well, no, I don't have the money now, but I filed the claim and it's going well. I had video testimony of her admitting that she hit me, and then I filmed the front of her vehicle and the back of mine and all that. So that was like as good as a police report that I filmed her admitting it. That was really good and stuff. And so so that made it all really easy because I just got rear-ended, so there's really no question about it. I mean, he was saying like it could be I could like go and figure out the costs and stuff, and we can do it all careful, or like he would even be able to basically cut me a check right then, but then I'd be stuck with only that amount. I don't think he was suggesting that. He was just letting me know that like it's kind of that straightforward, that like they're just gonna help me out and cover my costs. They're an insurance company, So that's all good. So that part of it's good. I guess we lost Graham again. He's gonna have to come back to close the stream though. So it's my stream for now. Ha ha ha. I have peace about erect body, and no, this is Janet speaking. I can't put her comment on the screen like Graham could, but she is encouraging me. She says, I have peace about a, quote, wrecked body, and to know it has helped me be more eternity-minded. It has worked for good, as promised. Yeah, I already know something about why God did that to my body, and it's pretty obvious that God also needed a wake-up call for this woman who hit me. She's like trying to get her life together, but I gave her some good advice too about being careful on both the road and the road of life, and told her that if she trusts Jesus, he'll secure her in her steps and her missteps. So yeah, that was the closing of the texts when I was communicating with her, when I was like, I'm filing the insurance claim. So I guess unless you decide to contact me this way, the rest of it will just be through that. but I left with the gospel. Well, I didn't announce it like outlining the gospel. I just took a different approach that was more contextual to the situation.
Well, I think I'm definitely going to have to shut down. My internet's playing up as well. That's the third time it's kicked me out. I don't know why it's doing that. So thanks for sharing that with us, Nicholas. Thanks for everyone coming on. Thanks for enjoying the sunset with me, which is still happening, but it wasn't showing it to you well before, so it's even darker
It's a nice
now.
dark blue color behind you.
Yeah, yes.
For us, it looks that way.
That's 90 degrees from where the sunset is. But yes, it's a lovely color. Anyway, I better go.
And just trust Messiah.
Amen. And hopefully this internet will sort itself out. And hopefully we'll get a place somewhere soon where I have better internet rather than just a dongle. See yous. Bye.